You step out of the shower, towel wrapped tight, feeling like a sparkling clean champion. But here's the brutal truth. Your body might still be a ticking bacterial time bomb. Yep, you heard that right. Millions walk around thinking they've scrubbed up nicely, yet they're missing the 6 most dangerous spots on the human body. Spots so often ignored, they've become the secret hideouts for germs that don't just stink. They strike. A new wave of scientific studies from 2024 paints a chilling picture. Neglected hygiene isn't just gross, it's deadly. Infections, chronic diseases, even heart complications have all been linked back to simple daily oversights in the shower. Especially for folks over 60, these little hygiene hoopsies can spiral into hospital visits or worse. But don't worry, we're not here to shame. We're here to save. This isn't about scrubbing harder. It's about scrubbing smarter. In this video, we'll uncover 6 overlooked body zones that demand your attention. Armed with science, real-life stories, and a splash of good humor, you'll learn how 5 minutes a day could be the difference between vitality and vulnerability. So grab your soap, rally your courage, and get ready. Because your cleanest, healthiest self starts right now. Imagine housing a roommate who secretly throws wild parties every night, inviting hundreds of filthy guests, leaving your place trashed, and then pretending to be your best friend in the morning. That, dear viewer, is your tongue. This sneaky slab of muscle does more than help you savor chocolate cake or spill gossip. It's also one of the filthiest places in your entire body. And if you're skipping it during your hygiene routine, you're not just risking bad breath. You're gambling with your heart. A 2023 study from the Journal of Oral Microbiology uncovered a shocking fact: over 700 types of bacteria regularly colonize the tongue. Some of them, like Streptococcus mutans, don't just cause cavities. They slip into the bloodstream through tiny gum wounds and head straight for your ticker. The result? A little horror show called endocarditis. A heart infection with a fatality rate high enough to make anyone reach for a scraper. And if that doesn't freak you out, how about this? Seniors are especially vulnerable. As immunity dips with age, the tongue becomes a fungal playground. The NE reported in 2024 that nearly 1 in 3 older adults develop oral thrush, a creamy, burning mess that turns meals into misery and robs you of your sense of taste. Meet No Bennett, a 65-year-old jazz lover from New Orleans. For years, no figured mouthwash had him covered. If it tingles, it's working, right? He joked, until a persistent sore throat and metallic taste landed him at the doctor. The culprit, a tongue coated in bacterial sludge. 2 weeks of gentle scraping and Noah was back on stage, blowing his trumpet and minty fresh kisses to his wife. Should have done this years ago, he admitted, chuckling. But don't panic. You don't need to go full dentist mode. All you need is a tongue scraper or a soft toothbrush. Start at the back, move forward with light pressure, no sanding required, and rinse thoroughly. Do this once in the morning to nuke the overnight gunk and once at night to stop bacteria from hosting midnight raves. Feeling fancy? Try adding a bit of coconut oil to your rinse. According to Tokyo University's 2025 findings, lauric acid, found in coconut oil, eliminates 90% of tongue bacteria in under 30 seconds. Bonus, you'll smell like a tropical vacation. Why bother? Because skipping this one step can sabotage your breath, your flavor, even your heart. Clean your tongue, and you're not just fresh. You're fierce. Noah's still playing jazz, fungus-free. Your move? It's small, it's quiet. And it's probably the dirtiest little crater on your body. Say hello to your belly button. The cozy, overlooked crevice where bacteria go to throw a rave, all while you strut around thinking you're squeaky clean. Let's be honest. When's the last time you cleaned inside your navel? If the answer is, I can't remember, you're not alone. According to a 2023 microbiology audit from the University of Copenhagen, over 60 distinct bacterial strains were identified living comfortably inside the average adult's belly button. Many of these microbes, including Staphylococcus aureus, thrive in the dark, moist, and warm environment of an unwashed navel. For older adults, the risks get real. As we age, skin becomes thinner and healing slows down. This means a tiny bacterial colony inside your navel can balloon into full-blown inflammation or even infection. Ailments like omphalitis, yes, it's a thing, can transform your harmless belly dimple into a red, swollen, oozing mess. Let's talk about Emma Collins, a retired librarian from Oregon. Emma lived a peaceful life full of crossword puzzles and herbal tea, until her weird rash turned into a throbbing, pus-filled ring around her belly. "I thought it was an allergy," she said. But when the smell kicked in, she knew something was wrong. Diagnosis: localized infection from years of neglecting her navel. A simple hygiene tweak, warm soapy water and a weekly dab of witch hazel, turned it all around. Emma's now back to her books, infection-free and proudly declaring, "I clean my belly like it's royalty." So how should you handle this belly balm? First, grab a warm washcloth or cotton swab with mild soap. Gently swirl inside. Not too deep, you're not hunting for treasure. Rinse thoroughly and pat dry. Moisture is the enemy, so make sure no dampness lingers. Once or twice a week, apply a bit of witch hazel or diluted rubbing alcohol for extra defense. For an extra hygiene edge, a 2025 Healthline tip suggests dabbing a touch of aloe vera gel post-cleans. It not only soothes the skin but also helps eliminate residual bacteria by up to 60%. Who knew skincare and navel care could go hand in hand? Still not convinced? Let's put it this way, do you want your belly button to be a biological war zone or a non-issue? Cleaning it takes less than 30 seconds. Ignoring it might land you with an infection that makes you the unwilling star of a very unpleasant medical story. Why bother? Because keeping your navel fresh isn't just about hygiene, it's about dignity. Emma learned the hard way. You don't have to. Raise your arms. Go on, do it. Now ask yourself, are you lifting a pair of clean, fresh detox powerhouses or two biological time bombs silently poisoning your system? Your armpits are more than just sweat zones. They're actually a major part of your body's lymphatic drainage system, where toxins are filtered and expelled. But when you half-wash, overspray deodorant, or ignore them entirely, you're not just risking stink. You're jamming up your immune defense line. A groundbreaking 2024 study published in Lymphatic Biology and Immunology found that 60% of deodorant users over age 55 had partially blocked lymph nodes in the armpit area. The culprits? A toxic combo of synthetic antiperspirants, poor washing habits, and bacteria buildup. When those tiny filtration nodes are clogged, toxins can't escape, inflammation flares, and your immune system slows down like a traffic jam at rush hour. Then comes the sweat-feeding bacteria, Corynebacterium, Staphylococcus, and their fungal buddies like Candida, who turn your pits into a carnival of rashes, odors, and infections. Seniors especially are at risk due to thinner skin and reduced oil production, making irritation and breakdown far more common. Meet Zoe Carter, a 72-year-old retired gardener from Vermont. Her grandkids used to joke about her peppery perfume. But things got serious when red bumps under her arms turned into painful lumps. "I thought it was razor burn," she shrugged, but it kept getting worse. After a visit to the dermatologist, she learned it was a lymphatic blockage caused by years of poor pit hygiene and heavy deodorant use. Zoe switched to natural soap, started washing more deliberately, and ditched aluminum-packed sprays. In 2 weeks, the rash vanished. "Now they call me Fresh Nana," she laughed. Here's how to avoid Zoe's mistake. Use lukewarm water and a mild, fragrance-free soap. Scrub in circular motions for at least 20 seconds, hitting every fold and crevice. Don't just swipe and rinse. Treat it like a health ritual. After rinsing, pat dry thoroughly. Damp pits, prime real estate for infection. Give your underarms a breather before applying deodorant. Let the skin dry naturally for at least 5 minutes. And if you're feeling bold, switch to a natural deodorant with tea tree oil, shown in Oxford's 2025 study to kill 85% of odor-causing bacteria with 0 synthetic chemicals. Once a week, try a dye detox, a mixture of baking soda and apple cider vinegar left on your pits for 10 minutes, then rinsed thoroughly. It'll help draw out toxins and neutralize lingering buildup. Why bother? Because ignoring your armpits doesn't just lead to body odor. It compromises your body's natural filtration system. And when your filters are down, everything goes wrong. Zoe's living proof that your pits can go from toxic to terrific with just a little Teltzy. They carry your weight, chase your grandkids, and shuffle you to every doctor's appointment. But when it comes to hygiene, most of us treat our feet like second-class citizens. A quick rinse, maybe a toe wiggle in the shower, and done. Sadly, that's not even close to enough. Your feet are high-traffic zones, and they demand more respect. According to the Journal of Geriatric Foot Care, 2023, 65% of adults over 60 experience chronic foot problems due to poor hygiene. It's not just about smelly socks. Neglecting your feet can lead to athlete's foot, nail fungus, cracked heels, infections, and in severe cases, amputations. Yes, you read that right. Here's the breakdown: the skin on your feet is thick, but your immune defenses, not so much, especially as you age. Add in slower blood circulation and you've got a perfect storm, where even a small cut between the toes can spiral into a bacterial battlefield. Enter Finn Walker, a 78-year-old former mechanic from Michigan. Always thought foot care was for ballerinas? He laughed. That was until a minor blister became a full-blown infection. My pinky toe looked like it wanted to leave the family. He joked. A podiatrist warned him he was days from needing surgery. But with medicated creams, proper foot hygiene, and daily Tels, Finn turned it around. He now swears by his foot soak routine. My feet are cleaner than my conscience, he grins. So, what should you be doing? Start with warm water and a gentle soap. And don't rush. Use a soft bristled brush or washcloth to scrub the soles, heels, and especially between your toes. That area is a fungal feast awaiting to eruptive, left damp and grimy. After rinsing, dry thoroughly, especially between the toes. Moisture trapped in those little folds is like inviting mold to a dinner party. Clip toenails straight across to avoid ingrown nails, and moisturize your heels and soles. Just avoid slathering between toes. No one wants slimy feet. Want an upgrade? Add Epsom salt to your foot soak. Just 1 tablespoon can reduce inflammation, soften skin, and help kill fungus. A 2025 study from the University of Sydney found Epsom soaks lowered fungal activity by 70% in 2 weeks. Feeling fancy? Finish off with a 2-minute foot massage to boost circulation. Your feet and your heart will thank you. Why bother? Because neglected feet don't just smell, they scream. They scream with pain, with infections, with balance issues that could send you toppling over. And when your feet go, your freedom often goes with them. Finn nearly lost a toe. Don't lose your step. Clean those feet like your life depends on it, because someday it just might. Every breath you take, every sigh, every sniff, your nose is your frontline defense, constantly filtering out dust, allergens, viruses, and pollutants. But what happens when that filter gets clogged and neglected? Let's just say, if your nose could talk, it would be screaming for help. A 2024 report from the American Rhinologic Society revealed that over 70% of chronic sinus sufferers, especially seniors, had one thing in common: dirty nasal passages. We're not talking about visible dirt. We're talking about mucus buildup, pollen residue, bacterial hitchhikers, and viruses like RSV nesting in your nasal walls, undisturbed for days. Left unchecked, these invaders can lead to sinus infections, bronchitis, and in older adults even pneumonia. Why does this matter more as you age? Because with declining immune strength and often drier nasal tissues, seniors become the perfect host for respiratory trouble. Sleep quality dips. Oxygen flow decreases. Brain fog creeps in, and your sense of smell gone faster than a sneeze in winter. Let's meet Ivy Adams, a 76-year-old retired florist from San Diego. She'd been waking up stuffy and exhausted every day, blaming it on old age. "I just assumed it was part of getting older," she said. But after her daughter gifted her a simple nasal rinse kit, Ivy gave it a try. 3 weeks later, she was sleeping soundly, breathing clearly, and back to identifying roses blindfolded. "Turns out, my nose just needed a good spring cleaning," she laughed. So how do you clean the nose without turning your bathroom into a splash zone? Start with a saline rinse. Either store-bought or homemade. Teaspoon of salt in 1 cup of sterile warm water. Use a neti pot, nasal bulb, or rinse bottle. Tilt your head, Pour gently through one nostril and let it drain out the other. Gross, maybe. Effective, absolutely. The benefits go beyond just comfort. The CDC in 2025 noted that seniors who used daily saline rinses had 40% fewer respiratory infections during peak cold and flu season. Not into rinsing. At the very least, steam your nose. Take a hot shower or use a humidifier to keep nasal passages moist. Dry noses are breeding grounds for crusty bacteria traps. You can also add a drop of peppermint or eucalyptus oil to hot water and inhale the vapor. The menthol clears congestion and opens airways naturally. And whatever you do, don't blow like a trumpet. Blow gently, one nostril at a time, or risk pushing bacteria deeper into your sinuses. Why bother? Because skipping nose care isn't just about sniffling and sneezing. It can affect your sleep, brain clarity, and even heart health. Ivy's now breathing like a teenager. All it took was a rinse and a routine. Breathe easy, friend. The power's right under your nose. Let's talk about the zone nobody wants to talk about, but absolutely must. Your genital area is one of the most bacteria-prone regions on your body. It's warm, moist, covered for most of the day, and full of folds and creases where sweat, dead skin cells, and harmful microbes throw their wildest parties. Ignore it, and you're setting the stage for infections that can go from annoying to downright dangerous. A 2024 report from the Journal of Urological Health found that over 45% of people over 60 don't clean their genital area properly, or at all. The results: a rising tide of urinary tract infections, UTIs, yeast overgrowth, rashes, and in extreme cases, kidney infections and pelvic inflammatory disease. Aging doesn't make it easier. Thinner skin, slower healing, and weakened immune responses all raise the stakes. And let's not even start on synthetic underwear or sitting in sweat for hours. Meet Grace Rivers, a 70-year-old grandma from Nebraska who thought she was too old to worry about that stuff, until a persistent itch turned into a full-blown UTI that knocked her off her feet for 2 weeks. "I was embarrassed to even talk about it," she admitted. Her doctor laid it out gently. Years of quick rinses and no real cleaning had opened the door for bacteria to move in. With proper hygiene, cotton underwear, and a little vinegar in her rinse water, Grace made a full recovery. "No, I clean like it's a sacred ritual." She smiled. "So, what's the right way to care for your most sensitive zone?" First off, ditch harsh soaps, fragrances, or scrubbing. These disrupt your natural pH and invite yeast infections. Use warm water and mild, unscented soap, focusing only on external areas. Women should gently wash the outer vulva. No internal exploration needed. Men, especially if uncircumcised, should retract and clean gently beneath the foreskin. Dry thoroughly. Moisture down there is bacteria's best friend. Use a soft towel and pat, not rub, until dry. Choose breathable underwear. Cotton is king. Say goodbye to tight, synthetic fabrics that trap sweat and heat. Grace swears by loose pajama bottoms and granny panties? And she's not wrong. Want to go the extra mile? A 2025 tip from us: Davis recommends adding a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to your rinse water once a day. It helps balance pH levels and reduces fungal growth by up to 75%. Why bother? Because this isn't just about comfort. It's about control. Clean properly, and you dodge UTIs, irritation, odors, and serious illness. Ignore it, and you might end up like Grace, flat on your back, regretting a lifetime of lazy habits. Keep it simple. Keep it clean. And keep owning your golden years with confidence. So there you have it, 6 sneaky saboteurs hiding in plain sight: your tongue, belly button, armpits, feet, nose, and that oh-so-private area. They may seem harmless, but neglecting them can turn your body into a slow-burning disaster. Luckily, you now hold the cheat code. Imagine this: no more mysterious rashes, no more sniffles that linger for weeks, no more foul foot funk ruining bingo night. Just you, fresh, fierce, and fabulous. Conquering your golden years one scrub at a time. That's the power of 5 minutes. Yes, 5 measly minutes a day to clean smarter, not harder, and dodge the kind of hospital stays that come with adult diapers and pudding cups. Don't wait for a medical scare to take action. Be like Grace, Finn, Ivy, Zoe, Emma, everyday legends who turned their health around with simple habits and a splash of humor. They didn't just survive, they thrived. And so can you. Set a reminder. Stick a post-it on your mirror. Tattoo it on your heart if you must clean the 6. Save your shine. Because this isn't just hygiene, it's self-respect. It's freedom. It's your secret weapon to living long, laughing hard, and maybe even outdancing your grandkids at the next wedding. If you've made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe. And hey, share this with someone you love, especially that funky uncle we all pretend not to smell. Drop a comment below. Which body part surprised you the most? We're reading every one. We're cheering you on. Now go, scrub like a champion, sparkle like a legend, and keep those golden years golden.